Hello students, I am Dr. A.U. Sutar, Associate Professor, Department of Zoology, Sadhguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karar. In this video, we are going to learn module number 3, that is the Pisces. This module is from BSc Part 2, Semester 3, Paper number 5, that is Animal Diversity Cycle. In this paper, we will discuss about the Pisces, that is general characters and classification of Pisces up to orders. Hello friends, in this module number 3 we are going to learn about the Pisces, in which we will discuss general characters and classification up to orders. Let us discuss the general characters of the Pisces. These animals, they are aquatic, either freshwater or marine. Some of them they are herbivorous, or some of them they are the carnivorous. They are cold-blooded, then oviparous or ovoviviparous vertebrates. When you see the body of these animals belongs to the Pisces, the body is usually streamlined, then spindle shaped. Some are elongated, snake-like, and few are dorsoventrally compressed. The body is differentiated into head, trunk, and tail. The locomotion takes place by paired pectoral and pelvic fins, along with median dorsal and caudal fins. So these fins help the animals for the purpose of locomotion. The exoskeleton is in the form of dermal scales or denticles or bony plates which are present in the placoderm. They are covered body surface. Then there is one more type of the scales, that is called as the placoid scales, which are present in the chondric thighs and in ostick thighs. The type of scales are gyroid, cycloid, or ctenoid. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous or bony. The notochord is usually replaced by vertebrae, either bone or cartilage. Alimentary canal with definite stomach and pancreas, and terminates into cloaca or anus. When you see the process of respiration, it takes place with the help of gills. There are 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits. It may be naked or covered by an operculum. The heart is two-chambered and it is venous. The two chambers are one auricle and one ventricle. Sexes are separate, that means male and female animals are the separate. Gonads are typically paired. Gonoducts open into cloaca or independently. Fertilization, internal or external. Now, about the classification of Pisces. The superclass Pisces is divided into 3 classes. Number 1, class Placodermi. Number 2, class chondric thighs. And number 3, class ostick thighs. Let us see one by one. This is about the class Placodermi. It includes extinct fishes. They are all armored fishes. Their exoskeleton is in the form of bony plates or shields. Their endoskeleton is bony. The hyoidian gill slits are complete. It is not reduced. Heterocersal caudal fin is seen. Hyoid arch will not support the jaws. Primitive jaws are seen. They survived up to Permian period of Paleozoic era. These are the examples, that is Climatius and Bothriolepis. These are the some figures of these fishes, Climatius and Bothriolepis. The second class is class Chondrichthyes or Elasmobranchi. Let us discuss the characters of Chondrichthyes. Number one, these fishes are exclusively marine. That means only they are present in the seawater. They are not present in the fresh water. The exoskeleton is in the form of placard scales. So placard scales they are present in these fishes. When you see the endoskeleton, it is cartilaginous and it is called as cartilage. Jaw suspension is amphistylic or hyostylic. There are 5 to 7 pairs of gills which are present in the chondrichthyes. External gill openings are separate. They are not covered by the operculum. When you see the caudal fin, it is heterocersal. So in the heterocersal caudal fin, both upper and lower lobes of the fin, they are dissimilar, not similar. That's why it is called as the heterocersal caudal fin. Males show claspers for the copulation purpose. Air bladder is absent in these fishes. Now the class Chondrichthyes is divided into two subclasses, subclass Ciliaceae and subclass Brachiodonti. Then subclass Ciliaceae is again divided into two orders. Number one, order Pleurotremata and second order Hypotremata. Subclass Brachiodonti is again divided into two orders. Number one, Eubranchiodonti and second is the Holocephali. Let us discuss subclass Ciliaceae. In this subclass, all the sharks they are included. The spiracles are present behind the eyes. Multiple gill slits on either side protected by individual skin flaps. Now in the subclass Ciliaceae, there are two orders. This is the number one, that is order Pleurotremata. In this order, the body of the animals is typically spindle shaped. There are 5 to 7 pairs of lateral gill slits. Then two dorsal and one caudal fin is present. These are the examples. That is, the all sharks are included in this order. Scalodon or Spirna. This is the second order. That is nothing but the Hypotremata. In this order, the body of the animals it is depressed, then pectoral fins enlarged, and they are joined to two sides of the hair and the body. When you see the gill slits, they are present at the ventral side and 5 pairs of gill slits they are present. These are the examples. All the rays they are included in the order Hypotremata. For example, Prestis, Torpedo, Trigon, etc. So these are the some figures of Squalodon and the Prestis. So this is the in this figure you can see the mouth is present at the anterior side of this Squalodon. Here this is the first dorsal fin, this is the second dorsal fin, in which paired fins as well as unpaired fins they are present. In the paired fins, pectoral fins, pelvic fins are there, and in unpaired fins, dorsal fins, ventral fins, caudal, anal fins, and caudal fins they are included. This is the second example, that is nothing but the Prestis. Then this is the second subclass, that is called as the Brachiodonti. These are the fossils and recent fishes. Again, there are two orders in subclass Brachiodonti. Number one, Eubrachydonti. These are extinct fishes. Order second is Holocephali. Let us discuss the characters of the Holocephali. Gill slits covered by fleshy operculum and a single gill opening. Tail whip-like, spiracles, cloaca, and scales are absent in this order. And this is the example, that is a Hydralogus. So you can see the figure of this fish. Then the next class is class Osteichthyes. Let us discuss the character of the Osteichthyes. Number one, these fishes have bony endoskeleton. Then large ganoid, cycloid or ctenoid type of scales are present in class Osteichthyes. 4 pairs of gills and gill slits covered by an operculum. So here in this case, operculum is present. There are no claspers in the male for the purpose of copulation. Again, no spiracles are there. In these animals, air bladder is present. The class Osteichthyes are the cold-blooded vertebrates. That means the body temperature changes as per the environmental temperature. The heart is two-chambered. These are oviparous, that means egg-laying animals usually, but there are some exceptions. Some of them they are the viviparous, that means they give direct birth to the young ones. Fertilization is external except few cases. There is no cloaca, but anus is present. Then this is the classification of Osteichthyes. Osteichthyes, that means the fishes with bony endoskeleton. The skin has mucous glands and dermal scales they are present. So there are two subclasses of class Osteichthyes. Number one is subclass Actinopterygae, and the second subclass is Sarcopterygae. Then the subclass Actinopterygae is divided into 3 superorders. Superorder Chondrostei, second Holostei, and third one is Teleostei. Then subclass Sarcopterygae is divided into 2 orders, that is order Crossopterygae and the second order is Dipnoi. Let us discuss subclass Actinopterygi. These are ray-finned fishes. In these fishes, there are paired fins, which are thin, broad, and supported by dermal fin rays. Nostrils, they are not connected with the mouth. Subclass Actinopterygi is divided into superorder Chondrosti. In Chondrosti, the primitive ray-finned fishes they are included. Their tail is heterocercal, tail fin is heterocercal. Then in under superorder Chondrosti, there is a order number one, uh, Polypteriformis, in which the body is slender and the scales are ganoid type. 8 or more dorsal fins, caudal fin, then caudal fin arrow shaped. This is the example, that is the Polypterus. Then second order is the Acipenseriformis. In this order, the animals have long snout, which is paddle shaped. There are 8 rows of bony ganoid scutes or few vestigial scales. Example is the Accipenser and Polydon. So these are the some photographs of these fishes. Then this is the second superorder, that is Holosti. This is the intermediate form between Chondrostian and teleost fishes. In this order, the scales are ganoid type, and these fishes are ray-finned fishes. Under superorder Holosti, there is order 1, that is Amiformis, in which the fishes have normal snout, dorsal fin is long, tail fin is short. Then scales are thin, overlapping, and cycloid type. And the example is the Amia. In this figure, you can see the fish. Then second order is the Lepidostiformis, in which there is a snout and the body, which is elongated one. In this figure, you can see the elongated snout is there, elongated body is there. The scales are rhomboidal, ganoid in oblique rows. So here you can observe the scales of this species. It is rhomboidal, ganoid type, and they are present in the oblique rows. The example is the Lepidosteus. So in this figure you can observe this fish, that is the Lepidosteus. Here this is the snout, elongated body is there. Then these are the pectoral fins. Here pelvic fins are there. This is the anal fin. This is the dorsal fin, and these are the scales, which are rhomboidal, ganoid type, arranged in oblique rows. This is the caudal fin around the tail region. Then third superorder is Teleosti, in which the skeleton is light, ganoid scales are reduced, or sometimes they are absent. These are modern ray-finned fishes. It consists of 11 orders. Number 1 is Crupiformis, in which silvery compressed marine fishes are included, and the type of the scales is ganoid type. The air bladder is present, which is connected to the pharynx, and tail is homocercal. So here you can see the homocercal tail is there, upper lobe and lower lobe, they are equal in size. The example is the Clupia. This is the example of this order. Then this is the order, second order, that is the Cypriniformes. In this order, the air bladder communicates to pharynx. Then there are Weberian ossicles which are present in between the air bladder and the internal ear. And the example is the labio and cutla. So in this figure you can see this is the labio fish. Then third order is there, that is Opiocephaliformes. In this order, the head is depressed with plate-like scales. There is a air bladder without long duct. Then air bladder is present, but there is no duct. Then accessory respiratory organs, they are present. Example is the Opiocephalus. This is the fourth order, that is Anguilliformes. The eelfishes, they are included in this order. The body is long and slender. In this figure you can see the long, slender, snake-like body is there. Then dorsal, caudal and anal fins, they are continuous. So from this area you can see the continuous dorsal, then it connects to the caudal fin, again up to the anal fin. So continuous fins are present. Then the pelvic fins, they are absent in the ales or the Anguilliformes. And this is the example, that is nothing but the Anguilla. And second example is the Murina. The next order is the Belloniformes. In this order, the pectoral fins are large and high on body. The scales are of cycloid type. Example is the flying fishes. So you can see this figure. Is a flying fishes like Exocetus or Belon. The next order is the Sygnathiformes. In this order, the tubular snout is present and it is with the suctorial mouth. So here you can see the tubular snout is present and mouth is suctorial. Then swine bladder is closed. Bony rings, which are protective in nature. Then protective scales, they are present all over the body. An example is the hippocampus or fistularia. So this is the example, that is the hippocampus. You can observe this animal in this figure. Next order is the Perciformes. In this order, all the trout perches, they are present. Dorsal and anal fins preceded by 1 to 4 spines. So there are 1 to 4 spines, they are present in this animal. Then Weberian apparatus is absent in this species. Air bladder is present, but it is without duct. Example is the Anabas or Parka. So in this figure you can see the example. Then next order is the Pleuronectiformes. In this order, the head is asymmetrical with both eyes on one side. Body strongly compressed So in this figure you can see the body is strongly compressed. Dorsal and anal fins fringing. So see there is a dorsal fin and this is the anal fin which are fringing the body. Example is the Pleuronectis and second example is the Hypoglossus. This is the ninth order, that is Tetradontiformis, in which there are different types of body shapes and some of them they are the globose. Strong jaws are present with sharp teeth. Then when you see the scales, they are generally spiny and the examples are Tetradon and Diodon. So in this figure you can observe the examples. The next order is the Echiniformis, in which the dorsal fin is modified into flat oval adhesive disc on upper surface of the hair. So in this figure you can see this is the adhesive disc which is present on the upper surface of the hair. Then when you see the scales, they are of cycloid type. In this species, air bladder is absent, and the example is the remora fish. So this is the remora fish you can observe in this figure. The next order is the Lopiformis, in which the dorsal fin is like flexible spines. So you can observe in this figure the dorsal fin is in the form of flexible spines. First dorsal spine is located on head. So in this head region, the first dorsal spine is located on the head with tip modified into lower. When you see the mouth, it is very wide, and example is the Lophius. Then the next subclass is Sarcopterygi. In this subclass, the fishes which have the paired fins, leg-like or lobed, with a fleshy bony central axis covered by the scales. Then there are two dorsal fins, then caudal fins which are heterocercal with an epicaudal lobe. So both lobes are there, epicaudal and hypocaudal lobes are there, and the fin is heterocercal, that means epicaudal and hypocaudal lobes, they are not similar in size. Then olfactory sacs usually connected to mouth cavity by internal nostrils. This subclass is divided into order number 1, that is Crossopterygi, in which the lobed finned fishes are included. Premaxillary and maxillary, they are also present in the Crossopterygi. Teeth are well developed and conical in shape. Example is the Latimeria. So this is the example you can see in this figure. Then the second order is Dipnoi, in which the lungfishes, they are included. In this fishes, the air bladder present, which is paired one and lung-like. Therefore, this species can survive out of water for a certain period. Then maiden fins, they are continuous to form diffusersal tail. So maiden fin is continuous and it forms the diffusersal tail. And the example is Lepidosiren. So in this figure you can see the example. The next point in this model is the respiration in fishes. So all of you know that the fishes, as they are present in the water, they take the oxygen for the respiration purpose and they gives out the carbon dioxide, and both oxygen and carbon dioxide is dissolved in the water. Most fishes they exchange dissolved oxygen and carbon dioxide in water by means of gills. So gills are the chief respiratory organs in case of majority of the fishes. The gills lie behind to the side of the mouth cavity and consist of fleshy filaments supported by the gill arches and filled with blood vessels, which give gills a bright red color. Water taken in continuously through the mouth passes backward between the gill bars and over the gill filaments, where the exchange of gases takes place. That means dissolved oxygen is taken in the body, and at the same time carbon dioxide is given out. The gills are protected by a gill cover in teleosts and many other fishes, but by flaps of skin in sharks, rays, and some of the older fossil fish groups. The blood capillaries in the gill filaments are close to the gill surface to take up oxygen from the water and to give up excess carbon dioxide to the water. So here in this figure you can observe the structure of the gills, then gill arches, gill filaments, gill rackers, and how the exchange of gases takes place in the gills. Most modern fishes have hydrostatic organ called the swim bladder, which is lie in the body cavity just below the kidney and above the stomach and the intestine. It is originated as a diverticulum of the digestive canal. In advanced teleosts, especially the acanthopterygians, the bladder has lost its connection with the digestive tract. The condition is called as the isoclistic. The connection has been retained by many relatively primitive teleosts. In several unrelated lines of fishes, the bladder has become specialized as a lung or at least as a highly vascularized accessory breathing organ. Some fishes with such accessory organs are obligate air breathers and will drawn if defined access to the surface, even in well oxygenated water. Fishes with hydrostatic form of swim bladder can control their depth by regulating the amount of gas in the bladder. The gas, mostly oxygen, is secreted into the bladder by special glands, rendering the fish more buoyant. The gas is absorbed into the bloodstream by another special organ, reducing the overall buoyancy and allowing the fish to sink. Some deep sea fishes, may have oils rather than gas in the bladder. Other deep sea and some bottom living forms have much reduced swim bladders or have lost the organ entirely. The swim bladder of fishes follows the same developmental pattern as the lungs of land vertebrates. There is no doubt that the two structures have the same historical origin in the primitive fishes. More or less intermediate forms still survive among the more primitive types of the fishes, such as the lungfishes, Lepidosiren, and Protopterus. These are the references used to prepare this video lecture. This is the assignment number 3. Question number 1 is give the silent features of superclass Pisces. Question number 2, describe the general characters of chondrichthyes. Question number 3, describe the general characters of osteichthyes. And question number 4 is describe the mechanism of respiration in fishes. So I request all the students write the answers of these questions, make the PDF and send that PDF to me on the following email ID. Email ID is ausutar@gmail.com. Thank you very much.